Hello, welcome back to From the Bottom to the Top. Apologies for our little bit of a break, but there has been a video to explain what we're doing here on the channel. Today, we try and get back on track, having last time out stopped a 3-game losing streak with a win against Derby. The question is, can we get back to winning ways today properly and get ourselves 1 foot in the Premier League? Hello and welcome to episode 121 of From the Bottom to the Top, as we try and take a National League South side, in this case Weymouth, from the bottom all the way up to the top. And this is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you 2 games as is usual, plus we have the goal highlights of a game that's playing in between the last game and the current game, as we close in on the final 6 games of the championship season, looking to get ourselves into a prime position to be promoted to the Premier League. And that's what we want to try and achieve today. So, since you were last with us, we haven't played any games. Well, no, we haven't played any games today. We will have a look at it in just a moment. Nottingham Forest is the game in question. Relegated from the Premier League last season. They're currently 15th in the Championship. We'll have a look at that. And then our main games of today's episode: Middlesborough in 9th, Coventry, who are down in 19th place. Both those games at home at the Bob Lucus, and we look to see if we can, as I say, get ourselves into a good position. We ended the last episode in top spot, 6 points clear of Fulham, who have gone on a little bit of a wonky run. They'd drawn 4 of their last 5 games, looked to get back into winning ways by winning that last game of the sequence against Norwich, having drawn against Stoke, Sheffield United, Portsmouth and Watford. Of course, we'd lost 2 games in the league, as well as the game in the FA Cup, which got us knocked out, of course. But as I say, we are in a position 8 points clear. Burnley in 3rd place. And that's the one that we should really be focusing on, because although it would be nice to finish as champions in the Championship this season, at the end of the day, promotion is the key factor. And, of course, what we want to do is keep that gap against Burnley, if at all possible. As I said, 6 games to play, 18 points available, which means that we are 10 points away from securing that promotion. 3 points towards that today against Nottingham Forest would be a good start. But, of course, with the 3 games that there are, if we can win all 3 of them, we could put ourselves in a very, very good position. I suppose what we need to do is to actually find out whether we can win that game against Nottingham Forest. It is at the City Ground. It's going to be a toughie. Earlier in the season, we did beat them by 2-1. Adamson and Derry on that occasion. Bonetti, the scorer, got Nottingham Forest in front after 19 minutes, but Adamson made it 1-1 at half-time, and Jesse Derry giving us the win on 77 minutes. Can we get a similar result today? Well, let's go and find out. "20 minutes on the clock, and first highlight. Langer on the ball. He's letting him have a run, and I'm not sure what's happened there. First highlight of the second half. They have a corner. Rowe with the corner. It swung in, and I'm not sure what's happened. The goalkeeper saved it, I think. Danilo on the ball again. Hackett is not clear yet. Langer is bouncing around there, and they've got it back. Pennock kick now. 48 on the clock. Rowe swings this in. Back post. It's sort of cleared. O'Grady Macken is there, and he's bringing the ball away. De Bayo, O'Grady Macken. We have to be careful. Lawrence and Zingo, who's very deep. O'Grady Macken. Adamson. Poor ball. Danilo comes forward. Danilo out of Rowe. He's pulled it inside, and they've scored. It was a matter of time. Elanga, and it was a comedy of errors, really, on our part. And on 49 minutes, we go one behind. Gave the ball away, and it was Adamson who gave that ball away. Danilo, for no reason at all. Rowe. And Johnson getting his foot in, gives it to Elanga, and Elanga puts it in the back of the net. Another corner. Gibbs White with this corner swung in. It's headed away. Wakachu heads it forward to Derry. Derry, who's come on. Derry is out wide. He's got Johnson in support. Johnson, O'Grady Macken. O'Grady Macken fires this ball forward, but it's a poor ball. But nothing coming of it. Holman back on the ball. Holman with DeBeo. DeBeo fires one forward, looking for the run of Derry. And Derry does get the ball eventually. O'Grady Macken. Can we get one back here? Patterson into Wakachu. And a save by the goalkeeper. And it's gone for a corner. Thought we were going to get back on level terms there for a moment. Patterson with this corner. It's going to be an in-swinger. Fired in. It's headed away. And Nzingo fires it. And it's bouncing around there. Well defended. We'll see it again. Derry creating this space. Patterson flicked it through to Wakachu. It may well have been offside, actually. And fired it straight at the goalkeeper, who made the save. DeBast with a free kick to Danilo. Hackett. Hackett to Danilo. Elanga. Derry, who's played very well since he's been on. Nzingo. Holman chips this over the top for Wakachu. Wakachu brings it down nicely. It's gone in. And we are level on 65 minutes. Wakachu the scorer. Johnson with a throw into Darcy. O'Grady Macken. Joe. Joe to G. G. 77 on the clock. DeBeo. Holman. Holman comes forward. Crosses this in. Wakachu. And we take a 2-1 lead on 78 minutes. Wakachu with a brace. And, well, we've turned this game around. 84 on the clock. Throw in. G on the ball. Are we going to score again? DeBeo comes forward. G, we've been very patient in this game. G through to Holman. Darcy. Derry. Derry. Well, that's a bit weird. I'm not sure what happened there. Looked like it was going in. Well, a game I didn't expect us to win. Elanga after 49, giving Nottingham Forest the lead. And, well, we made the changes immediately after that, having gone a goal behind. Wakachu coming on 50 minutes, and he got a brace, 65 and 78, which gave us a 2-1 win. Wakachu picking up a player of the match, an 8.9 for his 2 goals in the 40 minutes that he played. 10 shots, 5 on target, 1.82 and 63% of the possession. They had 18 shots, 6 of which were on target, 2.87 and 37% of the possession. Well, it wasn't what I expected. I thought it was going to be a result that might go against us, especially with the form that we've been in just recently. But it's a win that I will take and a step closer to the Premier League. And after that round of matches, this is how the table looks. So we are top on 91, 6 points clear of Fulham, who are in second place. Burnley also winning and are in third on 83, some 8 points behind us. And Fulham still 6 points behind us. So with 15 points available, it means that 100 points is the line as far as Fulham are concerned. As far as Burnley are concerned, with 15, 98, which means that we are 7 points short of being automatically promoted. So 2 more wins in our games in today's proper full part of the episode will see us through down the other end of the table with a gap, an 8-point gap between Queen's Park Rangers and Preston I think, as it currently stands, 15 points available to them. It's looking like any 3 from 5. Preston, Luton, Barnsley, Stoke and Plymouth, the teams that are in trouble at the bottom. It's 7 days down to the game against Middlesbrough. We will come back just ahead of that game. Well, having secured that win against Nottingham Forest, and we now move on to the first full highlights of this episode, and it's against Middlesbrough. We are at home at the Bob Lucus. 2 games in a row. Last time we played them at the Riverside Stadium, a 0-0 draw on that occasion earlier in the season. We're looking for a win today. If we can get a win today, we are very, very close to securing the promotion that we're after to the Premier League, which we should be able to achieve when we get to the game against Coventry. Coventry currently in 17th place. They've also just got a new manager as well. So without any more to do, let's have a look at the side that will face Middlesbrough in what is really a must-win game. And this is how we line up against Middlesbrough in this Sky Bet Championship match day 42, as we look to secure that 3 points that takes us even closer to promotion to the Premier League. And the side looks like this: Winterbottom, who was in, of course, for the injured Joe Virginia, who's going to be out for a little bit longer, 3 to 6 weeks, hopefully nearer than sooner. Might just see us over the line. Joe, Olsen and De Beo are our defensive line. Olsen coming in for the injured Billy G, who misses out completely from the squad today. Will Armitage is on the bench to replace Billy G. Johnson and Lawrence are the wide wing backs, albeit Holman came on and played an absolutely fantastic game last time out. I'm in 2 minds whether to give him a start, actually. Russell Denny sits between them two. Derry is in for Patterson on the left side of our attack. Adamson continues on the right. Nzingo between them two. Wakachu, who came on 50 minutes in the last game, got a brace to get us a win against Nottingham Forest, makes a start up front. And the bench looks like this: Savidas, Armitage, Holman, Linton, Franson, O'Grady Macken, Patterson, Darcy and Sager. Here we are back at the Bob Lucas, and our by now familiar formation. And we face a Middlesbrough side, 0-0 draw earlier in the season, a 4-2-3-1. Machino is their manager. We are top on 91, Middlesbrough 8th on 62. Middlesbrough playing in all white today. And in the second minute, of 4 added on at the end of this first half, we do get a highlight and a shot and a goal. Zeffy for Middlesbrough, giving them a 1-goal lead on 47 minutes. And Zeffy with the throw-in, and Chizozi. And Zeffy just went on a run, and we've let too many goals like this in before and beat Winterbottom. Just that one highlight in the first half, and it was a disappointing one. They'd not really been in the game at all. 4 shots, 2 on target, 0.13 and 49% of the possession. We've had 7 shots, 4 on target, 0.84 and 51% of the possession. We're a goal behind at half-time, and it's pretty much against the run of play. Needs to be a bit better in the second half. Well, not realising that we'd gotten Jess Derry having picked up a knock, potential knee injury, and we've taken him off at half-time and replaced him with Travis Patterson. And we have a highlight from the start of the second half. Wakachu getting us underway. Nzingo. Olsen. Olsen finds Adamson. Adamson to Johnson. Johnson and Lawrence swap sides. Johnson Johnson through to Adamson. Adamson crossed this ball in. It's taken a deflection and they have a counter on now. Zeffy. We don't want to go too behind. Will be a bit of a tall order. But the highlight comes to an end and a chance goes begging straight from the kickoff in the second half. Good ball in by Adamson. Wakachu was there, but two defenders in the way. A free kick, Bueno. And I think it's gone for a corner, which means Widson got hands to it. Just coming up to the hour mark, thinking of making some changes. Let's hope it's not too late. Russell Denny firing that one upfield. They have a corner. Bueno. It's all coming in very quick succession here. Adamson heads this upfield. And Wakachu drops deep to pick it up. He's gone on a counter-attack now. Nzingo holds this ball up while Wakachu gets back into position. DeBeo. Olsen. Olsen finds Russell Denny. Russell Denny goes out wide for Johnson, who's been playing better on this right wing. Johnson crosses it in. It's scored. Mohamed Wakachu. 28th goal of the season. And we are back level on 62. And Wakachu really was the start of that particular move from very deep. But Russell Denny's ball out wide to Johnson. And Johnson redeeming himself in this second half. Lovely ball in. Hung it up for Wakachu. Wakachu gets up above his defender and puts it away past Tickle. And with 62 minutes on the clock, making one more change. Henry Lawrence is off. He's a yellow card and not playing particularly well. He's replaced by Josiah Linton. 8 minutes on the clock. They have a throw in. Chizoy. And, tackle made. And we've won the ball, but fired it up forward and nothing coming of it. And they've won the ball back. Patterson off his feet. Nzingo. Nzingo comes forward. Nzingo. What's he going to do with this? Chips it in to Adamson, but it's a poor ball. And they've come away with it. Zeffy has a shot from distance. It's over the top, though. Linton with a throw into Nzingo. Nzingo to Olsen. Olsen finds DeBeo. Russell Denny. And that ball won and lost. Wakachu off target this time. And with 76 minutes on the clock, we're making a further two changes. We have taken off Russell Denny, brought on Harvey Grady Macken. And the other change that we have made is we've taken off Glory Nzingo, who is tiring, and replaced him with Ronan Darcy. And with 86 minutes on the clock, making our final change, we have taken off Stefan Adamson and we've brought on Phil Seeger, and we've gone two up top. A bit of a change in formation, but let's go and see if we can sneak a win. We have a corner. Linton with the corner. It's swung deep. And it's James DeBeo with the 9th goal of the season. Might have snuck the winner. 6 minutes of added time. We're in the second minute of the 6th. And is that the winning goal? Burnley are beating West Brom by 2-1. So we do need to win. DeBeo's got it. They have a throw in. Tapia to Hackney. And it's blocked and banging around there. Cleared. O'Grady Macken fires it upfield. Brought down by Wakachu. Wakachu chips it forward looking for Seeger. Seeger's in. Can Seeger do something with this? He's held the ball up nicely. Pulls it back for O'Grady Macken, who puts it away. 9th goal of the season. And all of a sudden, we are 3-1 up from being 1-1. And that change of two up top has made a subtle difference. Look at that. And Seeger bringing it down. He couldn't do anything with it. Held the ball up. Pulled it back. O'Grady Macken created some space for himself and fired a lovely shot into the back of the net. 3-1. And nearly 8 minutes of added time. And we have seen the game out. 2 goals in injury time. One on 92 minutes. One on 94 minutes has given us a 3-1 win. A 1-1 going into injury time at the end of the second half. And O'Grady Macken, who came on 77 minutes, has a player of the match, 1 key pass and a goal to his name. A 7.7 for him. It's a good day at the office. Another win, another 3 points, and a step towards the title and automatic promotion. We had 18 shots, 8 on target, 2.27, 55% of the possession. Middlesbrough had 9 shots, 5 on target, 0.62, and 45% of the possession. Wow. Well, the good news is Jesse Derry is only going to be out for a couple of days. We've got 6 days down to the game against Coventry. He will be fit and ready, as will be Zoran Juric, who's been out for a wee while. But Yao Virginia looks like he may miss the rest of the season as it stands. And so we have the day's results for you, and the key matches in our sphere is Burnley beat West Brom by 2-1. They remain 8 points behind us as it currently stands, and with just 12 points now available. Am I right? No, hang on a minute. 3 fours of 12. Yeah, 12 points available. 98 points is the maximum that they can get, as can Fulham, which does mean that as it currently stands, we are literally 4 points away from promotion, both automatic and potentially as champions. So another win against Coventry City should see us within 1 point of that. Depending on how the results go, we could secure A, the promotion, and B, the championship in our next game. So it all comes down to that game against Coventry. Fulham, they only managed a 0-0 draw against Barnsley, which is why they are dropped down to 3rd place. Derby County are in 4th after a 1-0 win against Plymouth, at the bottom end of the table then with 12 points available. They are pretty much relegated. They can only get 38 points, and with Barnsley and Luton Town on 38, I think that's almost a foredrawn conclusion down the bottom there. We will check the full table in just a moment at the bottom there. So as it stands, we are top on 94, 8 points clear of Barnsley and Fulham in 2nd and 3rd respectively. Derby County are 4th on 84, Bournemouth 5th on 75, Birmingham are 6th on 73, 5 points clear of Hull City in 7th. Just outside of the playoff places on 68 points down the bottom end of the table there. Queen's Park Rangers pretty much sure now of staying in the championship for next season, albeit it's not mathematically there, and it remains any 3 from 5. Preston, Luton Town, Barnsley, Stoke and Plymouth, the teams that are looking most likely to go down. Let's have a quick look at the proper table. We go back one and then look at this one. Not showing us Plymouth relegated. I don't think it's because it's not mathematically clear as yet. So still there to play for. Coventry City are next up, currently 15th in the table. When we played them earlier in the season, we managed a 3-1 win at the Coventry Building Society Arena. A similar result today would be very nice. Wakachu with a brace and Glory Nzingo, the scorers on that occasion. Something very nice, similar would be very nice. 6 days down to the game against Coventry. We'll be back just ahead of that. And here we are on match day, and we face Coventry at home. Coventry currently 15th in the table. And as we've already said, played them earlier in the season, 3-1 winners at the Coventry Building Society Arena. Let's go and see if we can get a similar result today with just 4 matches left. A win today will see us almost over the line. And this is how we line up in this game. A must-win game in the Championship Match Day 43 against Coventry City. And we look like this. Winterbottom continues in goal. Joe, G and DeBeo. Our defensive line. G back from his knock injury. Seems to be 100% again now, so that's good news. He's back in the side. Linton makes a rare start on the left wing-back position. Johnson on the right, having played a lot better when he went there in the second half of the last game. Grady Macken starts between them two in that central midfield position. Derry makes a second start on the left. Adamson has had a little bit of a run of games on the right. And then Zingo is sat behind Wakachu up front. And we do have that option to bring Sega on and play two up front like we did at the end of the last game, which seemed to do us very, very well. Savidas is the reserve goalkeeper, and the rest of the bench looks like this: Olsen, Holman, Lawrence, Frenson, Russell Denny, Patterson, Darcy and Sega. Here we are then at the Bob Lucus, a game that could go a long way to winning not only promotion but the title. And we face a Coventry side with their new manager Watling playing a 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder today. We are top on 94. Coventry 15th on 51 points. And Coventry playing in a green tops and black shorts today. We have a corner 5 minutes in. Derry with the corner deep. Looking for DeBeo, I think, but it was headed clear. Grady Macken, DeBeo, Grady Macken, Johnson, who's playing on that right side today, which is natural, I think. We played him on the left for a lot of the season. Joe out on this side. Derry, G, patient build-up, G, Adamson, DeBeo. DeBeo goes out to Johnson. Johnson holds that ball up. Is giving the ball away, but it's cut out by DeBeo. Doing good defensive work there. Back to Winterbottom. G, highlight continues. Through to Derry. Derry through that midfield. Johnson cuts inside. Johnson. He's lost the ball, though. Adamson wins it back. Adamson crosses in. And it's Wakachu with his 29th of the season. Gets us the lead after 7 minutes. And he's on to a record. 32 goals in a season. A record set by Cameron. I can't remember what his name is now. And Wakachu well on the way to beating that record. Cooper was the player. I was thinking Linton looks like he's picked up a knock. He's come back on. George crosses ball in. It's headed down. Grady Macken, though. Oh, and it's given away. And they're back on top a little bit. We need to hold them off. Taylor out wide to Amass. Taylor crossed it in. George is on it. And they put it away. Petrarila gets the equaliser after 23, and they've sort of got themselves back on top, really. Fulham take the lead against Derby County in a clash at sort of top of the table. Lovely through ball, and Petila was unmarked. Should have been marked by Johnson, but he wasn't being marked. Question of offside. No, he's being played on it by this player here. Whoever that is, it's Joe. Linton with a throw-in. 27 minutes on the clock. Grady Macken inside to Linton. Linton, poor ball. Not quite sure where he was going for, but it's been given away by them to DeBeo. DeBeo comes forward. He's got Adamson crossed in. Derry, and goalkeeper makes a save that I don't think he really knew a great deal about. It's a corner, though. Linton with the corner. It's going to be an in-swinger to the near post. DeBeo not getting anywhere near that. Grady Macken. And DeBeo come forward with this ball. Found Adamson. Adamson, lovely ball into the area. Derry hits it first time. And is it Walton in the goal? It is Walton. Makes the save. Derry has picked up a knock. 39 minutes on the clock. Grady Macken. Derry. Wakachu. Out wide to Linton. Linton pulls it back to Derry. Derry to O'Grady Macken. Finds Linton. Back to Derry. Derry has a shot. It's bouncing around there. And it's been cleared upfield. And they're on a counter-attack now. Petrillo scored the goal. Comes away with the ball. But the highlight is over. And Chance goes begging here. Derry. And Derry, perhaps if he'd been on full Fettel would have got that away, but that ball headed away only as far as Adamson and come back off the post. No more highlights in that first half. 6 shots, 3 on target, 1.55. 53% of the possession against their 47. They've had 4 shots, 2 on target, 0.66. Yes, not really the result we want at the moment, but we need to try and get back in front in the second half. While an enforced change at half time, Jesse Derry has picked up that knock. I'm not quite sure what the knock is, but we've decided that we will take him off. We have brought on Phil Seeger. We've gone 2 up top as we need to win this game, as we did in the last game. And we need to try and go for it on the front foot. And that's what we plan to do. Nzingo has gone out to the right. Adamson moved to the left. As I say, Seeger coming on initially to replace Jesse Derry. 60 minutes on the clock. Throw in Linton to O'Grady Mackin, and Linton through, and the referee in the way, but give that ball away, and they're coming on a counter-attack. We are in trouble. We're outnumbered here above, and it's rippled the net, but it's over the top. And with 66 minutes on the clock and a win really, really needed, we are making 3 more changes. Glory Nzingo is off. Patterson comes on to replace him. Josiah Linton is off, and Lawrence is on to replace him. Carl Johnson is off, and Jack Holman comes on and replaces him. 77 on the clock. Narciss for Coventry. Over the ball with a free kick, just inside the centre circle, off for Booth. And we've cut that out. Lawrence cuts it out. Patterson finds Seeger. Seeger now. Can he put this away? Yes, he can. His 8th goal of the season. And Phil Seeger hasn't scored for a while, but that could be the clinical goal that we have been wanting. And Patterson spotted the run, and he calmly brought it down. Goalkeeper Walton coming out to him, and he timed it perfectly and put it away. And with 78 minutes on the clock, making our final change, Reece Russell-Denny has come on to replace O'Grady Mackin. And there is no more highlights. We have seen the game through, and we have won it by 2-1. It didn't look like we were going to break them down, but we have managed to get that win despite them getting level through Petrilia on 23 minutes, which should give us a little bit of anguish for a while. Stefan Adamson picking up a player of the match. 2 key passes, 2 clear-cut chances, and an assist. Very good day at the office for him. A goal from Wakachu and also from Phil Seeger to give us the win. 7 shots, 4 on target, 1.89 and 53% of the possession. Coventry had 8 shots, 3 on target and 47% of the possession. No games are easy, and with Fulham earlier on winning 3-0 in their game, it was a win that we needed. Well, before we look at the results, I have to tell you, we have been promoted to the Premier League, and we have managed to secure that win with 3 games left to play, 9 points. We are 10 points clear of Burnley by virtue of Burnley's result. And if we have a look at the results, Burnley only managed a 1-1 draw against Middlesborough, and that has been enough to secure us a promotion. And we are, I think, 1 point away from securing the title as well. So we are that close to the title. Fulham winning today 3-1 against Derby County. Derby County 5 points adrift now. Fulham with just 9 points available. 9 points available? Is that right? Yes. 9 points available to them. So still not a full-drawn conclusion, but another win by Fulham will almost see them there over the line. They're 2 points clear of Burnley in 3rd place. Bournemouth dropping down to 6th place. They're 4 points adrift now 4 points ahead of Hull City. It's all getting very tight at the bottom there. Birmingham getting a win today and has pushed them up. 3-1 winners over Millwall. Plymouth are relegated. They can't get clear of there, and at the bottom end of that table, it's now between Barnsley, Preston, Stoke and Luton who survives and who goes down into League One. Plymouth playing League One football next season. That is how it is. The budgets have been set. We have a quick look. The board rejoice. Initial budget set 350,000 a week. Wage budget 23.75 million to spend. We'll see how that goes in due course. Original budget was 23.7, 30% of transfer revenue available until 1.55 million revenue has been generated. Thereafter, it will drop to 10%. I don't think that's going to be very, very helpful. So we need to see that uplifted if we can, if we're going to survive in the Premier League next season. So Premier League football, it will be. We are going to come back pretty much straight away because obviously we want to see if we can secure that title against Queen's Park Rangers, currently in 18th place, Portsmouth in 11th and Birmingham in 5th. We will just have highlights of those games. Well, probably what we'll do is Queen's Park Rangers, because we may secure the title, and then it will be possibly just highlights of the other two games, or we may have highlights of Portsmouth and finish off the season against Birmingham. And that could be a rather tidy match, because I think they will be out to try and secure promotion as well, or certainly secure that playoff place in the run-in. So that's all to come in the final, or not final, but the final episode of this season, as we look forward to promotion to the Premier League. And we'll be coming back then with a end of season review and transfer special as we look to our season in the Premier League. Will it be the last season here on the series? We'll have to wait and see. Maybe there's a new save in the offering. Let me know down below what you think you would like. Apologies for this coming out late, but we've had a few problems recording one thing and another. Hopefully we will be on track next week when we come to the final games of our season. Best thing to do is to keep tuned to the channel. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, though. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of From the Bottom to the Top and our other series Going Dutch as they are released. And the episodes Bottom to the Top released on a Thursday at 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date what's happening on the channel is follow me on X at JustOffsideToo. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 122. It's out next Thursday. Till then, goodbye.